Right, this for the right to face Ross the Boss Montgomery in the board final, or last 32 here at Players Championship 7. It's one of the top performers we saw from the opening round in Jim Williams, another outside WDF or BDO stalwart who's made the move over to the PDC and done so with some success already.
Game on. Winning
one of these titles last year in his debut year in the PDC. I can tell you we had a 9-darter today from Big Stuff, the Dolanizer, the history maker, Brendan Dolan, producing the perfect leg in his third leg of the match with Richard Vainstry. Currently leads that one by 4 legs to 1. You won't be surprised with the 9-darter. His average is pretty decent. It's 113 at the minute. Well, it does help if you're averaging 167 for one of those legs.
140.
But there's some pretty big stuff around the other boards. Things start to be igniting, or look to be igniting, here at Players Championship 7. Krzysztof Ratajski is getting back to the old Polish Eagle. He's just won 6-0 and averaged more than 103 in the process against Stephen Burton. 100 averages from Josh Rock and Mario van den Beharder. Luke Humphries is averaging about 110 for the day so far after 2 games. But Damian Mole produces the first 180 of this one.
Decent start to this game. Williams continues to impress whenever we see him.
130. 129.
That leaves the ball. Ooh, it looked half decent guide for Jim Williams, but Damian Mole's setup shot was excellent.
Game shot.
And the doubling's pretty good as well. Pins the double 4 for a 14-dart start. Encouraging start to this one.
Yeah, very pleasing. Average 97.87 in his opening win 66. Over Vladimir Anderson. Williams has got his hands full here.
85.
Damian Mole, nicknamed The Mole because his name is Mole. Jim Williams, nicknamed The Quiff. Doesn't even have much of a quiff.
135.
Well, the quiff is the wrong side of the treble 20 wire, just nicely.
95.
Never seems flustered, does he, Jim Williams, whenever we see him in action, but he'll be just getting a little bit concerned by the level of scoring here.
140.
Mole.
And I may be wrong, but Jim Williams seems to be, I mean, he's not quick, but he seems to be playing a little bit quicker than he normally does. He might get getting swept along by Damian Mole's pace here. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the quiff.
105.
Well, it's a bad thing that Damian Mole continues to find trebles at will.
Yeah, 13 dart leg on the horizon here. Williams facing a potential break early on.
100.
This has been an impressive start. Will it get more impressive with double 18?
Game shot.
Yes, it will. 14 dart breaker throw. Jim Williams with some work to do early on here.
Been
a bright start. Elsewhere, Callan Ridds 4-3 up over Neil Zonneveld.
60.
Steve Beaton. It takes on Ryan Meikle. He's a leg to 0 up. And Willie O'Connor was
95.
indifferent. Had a couple of 13-dart holder throws in his opening round win, but he's 5-2 up over Mike Koivenhoven, who rather struggled in his game with Martijn Kleermaker in the opening round.
Yeah, no struggle for Stephen Bunting right now. 4-1 up on Richie Burnett, the Prince of Wales, averaging more than 111, the bullet. Brendan Dolan continues to average big numbers. 108, already hit 9 data and 5-2 up on Richard Veenstra. Brendan Dolan, the last player to win a Players' Championship title in this venue. Did so 3 years ago. So on a bit of a winning streak here at Haller 39.
Yeah, Paul Nicholson put him up as one of his thoughts would go well today, but we must temper that by the fact that he also put Barney up, who went out in round 1. So.
Well, he was 3-0 up and things were looking good, but he then lost the next 6 legs to Martin
35.
Schindler, who has since gone out of the tournament, Shindy. Yeah, beaten by Jermaine Watamena.
Game shot.
Now that is 5 darts of brilliance from Damian Mole. 180 setup shot, 44 taken out with no bother at all. And Jim Williams, who is one of the top performers in round 1, is getting a hiding at the minute. Nearly 15 points difference in the average.
Yeah, that was clinical stuff, wasn't it? Really good.
140.
And he's getting faster and faster and faster, Damian Mole. No wonder he feels amazing, just wants to let as many darts go as he can while he still feels like this, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, better from Williams. This would only be a hold to throw, and you said Morley's getting rid of the dart very quickly here. Williams hardly got time to catch his breath.
And that's the thing, when you're playing a very quick player, and Damian Mole is very quick. In fact, I think this might be the quickest I've seen him play. But the game can suddenly get taken away from you, because Mole is on a better checkout than Jim Williams. Jim needs 2 trebles or 2 doubles now. Yeah, I mean, it's the most half-hearted attempt at 2 tops there. Didn't really commit to it.
No. 4-0 then. Oh, now then. 4-0 is on. Double 5 for a 130 checkout, and he's on top of the wire. Well, Williams needed that to miss, and it did. Can he step in and hold through on tops? Double 10. Ooh, he too needs double 5. Nervy times, but a great last start. Sees Williams put his first leg on the board.
Well, that's his first go at the outer ring in this game. The only other dart at doubly dad was one at the bullseye. The very first leg for that 135. And the last dart finding the mark for Jim Williams might be a turning point, because 4-0 with a double breaker throw for Damian Mole would look a huge mountain to climb against a guy whose average is continuing to climb.
Yeah, it is 110.78 now. Daryl Gurney 3-0 up over Graham Usher. And, well, Callan Ridds was cruising to victory over Neil Zonneveld. Zonneveld now leads 5-4. Willie O'Connor has beaten Mike Koivenhoven 6-3. Oh, now then. Is this game just starting to turn? That missed double 5, darts on the floor, and the reliable Jim Williams looking to step in. Oh, that's a lovely last start. And a possible breaker throwing coming here.
Damian Mole, having thrown some brilliant stuff for the first 4 legs of this, has thrown very little. He's had 3 consecutive visits, 30, 20 and 25.
Well, sometimes, Dan, in darts, you need your opponent to miss, and Williams needed Mole to miss in that last leg, and he did. And now Williams is 1 dart away from moving within 1 leg and a possible 13-dart breaker throw. And that's what you get. And that's what Jim Williams has got, isn't it, now in his locker? He's got those legs in his game where he can, when it's all going against him, turn things around. Impressive stuff.
Well, for a start, it's nice to see Jim Williams here, because he did miss some tournaments. He's got a new business, or relatively new business, with his partner, and they've had to put a lot of their money and their time into that, and fitting the darts in around that was challenging last year. This year, obviously, he's here, he's competing. I think maybe it shows that he has got the commitment to really make a go of this. He's certainly got the talent to do things. You know, he was one of the main men. We're not for Glenn Durrant, he might have been a world champion at the Lakeside.
60.
The fact that he's already won a PDC title in a very short space of time shows that when he is good, he is very, very good.
Yeah, He's certainly a player to watch, a player who's continuing to develop his game. And again here, having just put in a clinical leg in the last leg, he's on a potential 11 darter this time. Treble 19 for double 12. It's the single. Oh, nice. So, double 16.
49.
Can't do it this time, but he will be back for back-to-back possible 13 dart legs.
Well, he was caught in a whirlwind in the first 3.5 legs of this match. But Damian Mole, missing double 5 for a 4-0 lead, has seen Damian Mole fade dramatically, and Jim Williams really start to assert himself.
Game shot.
And a last start into the double 16 means you've got a level game here, and for all the brilliance of Damian Mole in the early few legs, Jim Williams has started to put him back in his hole.
140.
See what you did there.
Cheers, pal.
140. Williams looking, oh, to match that. Was a violent bounce out.
120.
But still gets 120. Williams did suffer a lot of bounce outs at the Worlds, didn't he? He had a problem, whether it was his equipment or maybe just his style of throw, but seems to have sorted that out now. That was unlucky, the last one.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell exactly how players deliver the dart to the board sometimes. I don't get the feeling that Jim Williams is one of the players who really hammers the dart into the board as much as others. You get the feeling Damian Mole is.
44.
Gives it some oomph.
He does. Kim Huybrechts was cruising to victory, but he has gone out. Boris Kirchmar's knocked him out 6-5, and Callan Rids has come from behind to beat Niels Zonneveld, also 6-5.
100.
And our 9-dart hero, Brendan Dolan, has also won, although he kind of fell over the line. Beat Richard Veenstra 6-4 and averaged a ton and hit 9 darters. You think that's absolutely brilliant, but in the end, Richard Veenstra is coming back quite strongly at him, and he's just held on as Jim Williams eyes up the single 9, now the double 16. And Jim Williams has just missed a dart for the lead, having been 3-0 down.
One dart at tops.
37.
Not on target. Williams coming back for double 16. Just on the wire.
Game shot.
Beautiful. 4-3. And that is 4 successive legs. And that double 5 miss looking very costly now for Mole.
Well, Mole was 3-0 up and missed a dart for 4-0, and he was averaging around about 107 to 110 at the time. Jim Williams has won 4 legs, and all of them have been 15 darts or fewer. This is the guy who averaged 105 in the first round, and he's finding that form again now after
59.
being blasted off the board in the first 3.5 legs of this. Jim Williams has dug in.
Yes, indeed. You mentioned earlier on that Michael van Gerwen had only dropped 1 leg en route to the last 32.
97.
Well, he's dropped 2 legs already against Martin Lukeman. He's 2-1 down in that one.
Long way off for
60.
Damian Mole. Over-adjusting with his second and third dart there.
This has been an impressive burst from Williams.
100.
Steady ton, sees him down to a finish. Knows that he'll have 6 darts at it at least.
140.
Well, there you see the numbers. Damian Mole was way... He was 15 points clear the last time we saw the averages. And in the intervening 4 legs, Jim Williams has turned it
56.
around. And it looks like he's going to turn this game around, because he'll get a dart for 5-3. Hang about.
Yeah, that's better. 140 followed by 180. So all of a sudden, Williams has got to take care of business. That's a lovely first start. Double 4 he needs to move within 1. Double 2.
66.
Hello, Mr. Mole. Come on in. This would be some steel.
Only going to get 1 dart for 4 apiece. Took his time, but didn't take his chance. Jim Williams on double 1.
That's a good first start.
Game
Yeah,
shot.
nicely done from Williams. That had the potential to get a little bit sticky. And he's now one away, and you just saw the look on Moll's face at the back. He's had darts and he's missed crucial doubles that have cost him, but that's a better start.
Well, there's even a little bit of a swagger from Jim Williams there as he went to the board to retrieve that one out of double one. 5 on the spin. Mentioned a couple of times today that Martin Schindler lost the first 3 legs to Barney and then came back and won 6-3. We might be seeing something similar here from Jim Williams.
140.
And it's another, as I keep saying, it's another eye-catching performance thus far from Williams. Can he get the job done? Well, Moll's going to make it difficult for him. He's got a chance to set up a very good leg here. 116, and he will be back. Nothing Williams can do from 360. Mine may be wandering on to the
15.
next leg when a holder throw would see him home.
Well, he knew
21.
that he had 9 darts from there, but he's not left things nice.
$100.
I get another crack, this time at 95. Well, he's making heavy weather of this, and
55.
Jim Williams will be kicking himself here that he hasn't left the finish, but he's just going to put the squeeze on just in case. Treble 19. Oh, what a setup that is. Now then.
He should have won this leg already, but now he's under pressure.
Game shot.
But he does find double top Damian Moll, and he stops the rot. That's his first leg in the last 6. But what he needs to do now is break the Williams throw. If he does that, he will have the darts in the last leg decider, and this is a chance now.
Yeah, Jim might be wishing he'd have held on to that 177.
85.
Only 85 after that beautiful first start. Now then, Jim Williams channeling his inner Ross Montgomery, finding the one.
77.
It is Ross Montgomery who waits. Damian Moll. Oh, can he find the treble? Not that treble.
46.
And he's just handed the initiative back to Jim Williams. This has got a little bit tense. It looked like Damian Moll was going to run away with it. Then it looked like Jim Williams was going to run away with it. And now it's a difficult one to call.
It is.
96.
Some great games coming up. Luke Humphries takes on Willie O'Connor, Josh Rock, Brendan Dolan, Joe Cullen against Callan Ridds. Good
100.
last start, needed that, but left himself on a bogey. Might not matter. Well, it won't matter now, but could have been costly for Jim.
98.
Coming down the board. Because a single 19 leaves him
136.
match darts. Jim Williams, it's only potential 16 darter coming in, but it will be enough. 16, 17 or 18 darts to seal a 6-4 win from 3-0 down.
Double 16.
Game shot.
Gets it
Round
at the
match.
first
Jim Williams.
time of asking. Well, he was pushed there, Jim Williams, early on. But Moll couldn't keep up the frantic scoring at the start of that game, and Williams comes from behind to secure a place in the next round. Williams goes on, only 35% on the doubles. Average is 96.56. He's beaten Moll by 6 legs to 4.